A kingdom ruled by a friendly giant. In the valley of Whispering Willows, nestled between towering mountains draped in moss, lay the kingdom of Gentle Peak. Gentle Peak wasn't ruled by a king or queen of human size, but by a friendly giant named Barnaby. Barnaby wasn't scary or mean, not one bit. He was as tall as 3 of the tallest willow trees stacked together, with hands as big as picnic blankets and a heart even bigger. He had a booming laugh that sounded like rolling thunder, but it was always a happy thunder. He wore a tunic woven from wildflowers and a belt made of smooth river stones. The people of Gentle Peak loved Barnaby. He used his giant strength to help them in countless ways. When the river flooded, Barnaby would gently scoop up the water with his hands and redirect it. When a storm threatened to knock down their houses, he would shield them with his broad back. And when the children wanted to play, he would create giant swings from vines and let them slide down his arm like a leafy, green slide. One sunny morning, a traveling merchant arrived in Gentle Peak, his wagon laden with shimmering trinkets and colorful fabrics. He was a small, nervous man named Timothy, and he had heard tales of the giant ruler. "Is it true?" he whispered to a group of children playing near the village square. "Is there really a giant here?" "Yes," they giggled, pointing towards the mountain. "That's Barnaby." Timothy looked up and gasped. Barnaby was sitting on the mountaintop, his legs dangling over the edge, sketching pictures in the clouds with a giant stick. "He looks friendly," Timothy stammered. "He is," the children chorused. "He's the best giant ever." Timothy, emboldened by their cheerful words, approached Barnaby. "Greetings, great Barnaby," he said, his voice trembling slightly. "I am Timothy, a traveling merchant. I have brought goods from far and wide." Barnaby looked down at Timothy, his big, blue eyes twinkling. "Welcome to Gentle Peak, Timothy," he boomed, his voice surprisingly gentle. "What treasures have you brought?" Timothy showed Barnaby his wares, sparkling necklaces, soft blankets, and tiny, wooden toys. Barnaby admired each item, his large fingers carefully examining their details. "These are wonderful," Barnaby said. "But what I truly need is a new hat. The sun has been quite bright lately, and my old one is worn out." Timothy, delighted to be of service, searched through his fabrics and found a beautiful, sky blue cloth. He and the villagers worked together, using giant flowers as pins and weaving the cloth into a magnificent, oversized hat. When the hat was finished, Barnaby placed it on his head, and it looked like a fluffy, blue cloud. He beamed, his face lighting up like the sun. "It's perfect," he exclaimed. "Thank you, Timothy, and thank you, everyone." From that day on, Timothy became a regular visitor to Gentle Peak. He learned that Barnaby wasn't just a giant, he was a kind, gentle soul who cared deeply for his kingdom. And the people of Gentle Peak learned that even a small merchant could make a giant happy, with a little creativity and a lot of kindness. And Barnaby, with his new hat, continued to look over his valley of Whispering Willows, a friendly giant, ruling with a gentle heart. The end.